What's good, YouTube? It's your boy YPD Wells coming back to y'all with some more heat. Now, I know a lot of you slashers, a lot of you inside scorers, even a lot of you point guards that are not slashers. I know a lot of y'all you use the method of, hop stepping into a floater, or even on the fast break, y'all run and do a floater. Now, in this video, I'm explaining to you why you may be breaking those floaters. There's a lot of different combination of possibilities why you're breaking those floaters. But what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna post the actual screenshot on here. But if you want to, check out Mike Wang's Twitter. And on his Twitter, some guy named Boosty YT. I guess it's Boosty YouTube. YT after anybody's gamer tag is YouTube. So, but his Twitter name is I am Boosty. So he asked at Beluba, at LD2K, at C Hoops for Life. He said, "Are floaters considered driving layups or shot close? Thanks in advance." Mike Wang replied saying, "Depends on how far from the basket it's released. Typically, most floaters are actually a combination of your close and mid-range shot rating." Okay, so with that being said, if you ever wonder why you're breaking a lot of wide open floaters, maybe it's because you don't have a good shot close or close shot, or also maybe it's you may not have a good mid-range rating. So if you're doing a floater, let's say if you're doing a floater by the free throw line or anything around the free throw line perimeter, I think that would be considered not shot close completely, but it would be considered also mid-range. Now, I think what I mean by shot close is like literally underneath the basket, like almost as if you can dunk the ball, but you do a floater. Now, a lot of guys that do those floaters and don't understand why they're bricking, there's a number of different things that can cause you to brick besides your rating. If you don't have a badge, if you don't have the floater badge, whatever, I don't know what they call it this year. It could be the floater badge. It could be called floater, or could be acrobat or anything like that. And also, if you don't have a high mid-range, if you don't have IQ, meaning that if you're going down trying to Euro step into a floater and it's heavily contested, 9 times out of 10, you're not finna make it. It's just what it is. You're not finna make contested floaters on a consistent basis. You find me a guy who can make contested floaters on a consistent basis, meaning 7 times out of 9 times he can make that floater even if it is contested. Man, give me his PSN if he's on PlayStation, and I need to run with him. I need to talk to him. But no, seriously though. That's a reason why a lot of guys are missing the floaters, because say you didn't want to make a shooting build. Say, okay, I don't want to make a shooting build, so I'm not gonna put nothing on my shooting. Only thing I'm putting on my shooting is my free throw up. Okay, your free throw's up, so therefore you sacrifice having a 44-3 or 34 mid-range or whatnot, or even reverse. And then you keep going down and thinking you're going to hit floaters in the mid-range, and it don't work for you. And then you're like, what the fuck? I'm a slasher. I'm this, I'm that. How come I can't hit floaters? Well, it may have something to do with that mid-range rating that you got on that player. Now, I'm not saying that it even sounds remotely right at all, because it almost sounds confusing to the system. If you ask me, I guess they're going to combine your mid-range and your shot close, and there you have it. There's your percentage of what you can make from a floater at a certain position on the floor. I just think that it should just be set at one. Like if it could be a shot close, or it's going to be the mid-range. So I don't think that they should have it a combination of 2 attributes and stuff like that. That's why you raise up the shot close. That it makes a lot of sense now. That's why you raise up your shot close. That's why you either keep your shot close down and raise up your mid range. But that right there is the importance of actually having a shot close. You know what I'm saying? Because even on this build, this is my 98. I think All-Star 3, I think offensive threat. Yeah, it's my 98 offensive threat, which overall doesn't mean anything, but overall does mean a little bit. Helps you with your attributes, and plus, if you're over 95, you get the +1 on every attribute. So even on this build, I found myself coming down wide open and bricking and bricking floaters. You know, and I never knew why. I'm thinking, well, hey, my shot close is like an 85, 86, 87. It's something high. I don't understand why I would be missing, you know, why I'd be missing them. But I guess it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I don't have finishing badges. Besides one, only get one possible finishing badge, which is how I made the player. I want my player more defense based than just strictly offensive build, you know, because a lot of people make these offensive threats and they have one defensive badge, which I think is stupid. But hey, it is what it is. You make your build however you want to make your build. That's your build. But yeah, that's the tweet, man. You know what I'm saying? So for a lot of you guys that are not understanding why you're missing your floaters, man, make sure you kind of put something on your mid range. Make sure you watch on the court where you are actually about to commit the floater. You know, if you know your mid range is your mid range is very suspect, try to get closer to the basket. I would say try to get by those dotted lines in the paint before you release a floater. I guess that would be considered a shot close versus, you know, above the free throw line or anywhere below, slightly below the 3-point line. You know, so there you have it. Make sure you share the video up, man. Anybody else wondering why they missing floaters? Make sure you got the proper badges. Make sure you got the proper ratings. Make sure you're shooting the floaters from the right spot on the floor. You know, but I'm YPD Walls, man, and you know what I'm saying. Share the video up. Subscribe to the channel. We growing. Turn noties on, and I have more heat of NBA 2K20 for you very, very soon.